Welcome back to the Zone, friends. Today we are joined by Anderline, Gabby, our boy Yarrance, you already know Kane, and Irvin. So today we wanted to talk about the whole Dr.Dre situation between spousal support and also prenups. So I wanted to ask you guys a question. Do you guys believe that someone should be entitled to 50% of your earnings if you guys were to divorce? Like, do you guys think that's fair? And Kane, you can answer first.
Nah, I definitely don't think it's fair. I feel like, especially when it comes to prenups, I feel like it's a touchy subject in general, just because it kind of starts to sow seeds of distrust, especially in a relationship. But it depends. If you started and you come into your situation, or, your relationship, whatever you want to call it at the time, and you both establish the fact that when you do become more serious, want to get engaged and married, that you want to have a prenup, and that, what's mine is mine, what's yours is yours, then cool. But if you do it like on the slide, then I don't know, it's not going to be too good for you, Chief.
So do you think that do you think that if there should be such thing as a prenup? Because for me personally, I'm like, I make my money, you make your money. So if you were to make like 3 times more than me, why should you give me 50% of what you earned when you worked hard for that?
Right, exactly. No, I definitely think prenup should be a thing. Should definitely be at least talked about. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has their feelings about them, but they should definitely be spoken on, because it's just like, it makes sense.
So if you were rich, would you get a prenup?
Oh, for facts. What? Millionaire, billionaire, don't care how much I have. I can have $2,000 right now. Prenup.
All right. Heard you, Asia. Anyways, Yarrance, what's your take?
In terms of a prenup, I don't know. It depends on the situation, I think. Financial situation. What I mean by that is, like Khalil said, if I was a celebrity making like 6 figures every month, then obviously I'd get a prenup, because as much as you love somebody, it depends. Well, if you love somebody and you both, came from the bottom and y'all get success together, as opposed to you have your success already and somebody is trying to marry you and stuff like that, you'd be more careful. I'd be more. It should be like a. I feel like it should be a requirement to get a prenup if you're at that level, because you never know what could happen.
Okay.
Now, do I think prenup should exist? Yeah, just because, like I said previously, anything can happen. One person can say they love you, and then you get into a situation where she takes you to court and she's trying to get all your money. It's just kind of a security, a security blanket.
Well, that brings me to my point. Why should we even need a prenup in the first place, where we should all be entitled to our own money? If we're all entitled to our own money, then a prenup shouldn't even exist. So I think that's a scam in itself. Anderline, how about you?
I totally believe in prenups, and it's like a safety net. So I know you just said what. Can you repeat what you just said, actually? Because I totally forgot.
Oh, for me, so basically I'm saying, like, no matter what, you should be entitled to your own money. Like,
yes,
regardless
you should
or
be
not.
entitled to your own money. However, you know how America works. And once you're married, it's like your money is her money, her money is your money, which makes it hard. So a prenup is pretty, like, it's pretty much, what would you call it?
Safety, security.
It is security, and it's I think it's really needed, because if you're making a lot of money, people don't always show their true face.
Right.
You can marry someone today, and then in 5 years it could change. In 10 years they could change. So you never truly know someone's true intentions.
Right.
And even if their intentions were pure in the beginning, it could totally change just based on the environment, your environment, because we are humans and our emotions are always changing. Our aspects of situations in lives are always changing. So it would benefit both people.
Okay.
And not, like, that's how I see it.
So I have another question for you. If the guy was supposedly making, let's say, $2 million a year, and you weren't making nearly as much, but you could support yourself, would you still accept his 50% of his total salary or net worth?
I don't think I would, because it's not my money. I didn't make
Right.
it. If
Okay.
he was to be like, if we separated mutually, we're on good terms, and he's like, oh, I would like you to have this percentage,
Right.
I would
Right.
take,
That makes
because
sense.
he's saying I would like you to have it. But
Right.
if the court was to order me to have a certain percentage, it's like I didn't earn it. I would not feel right taking it.
Right.
It's not mine. I would leave with what I came in. The only way I would like take more is if we had children together, and it would go to the child.
Towards the yeah, which is perfectly understandable. I can respect that too, because it's like you said, if the court's mandating it, I don't want to take it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to force anybody, because I have pride too. I want to take care of myself. So my problem is
Exactly.
with the people that it's not their money and they're forcibly taking the money from the person. And I'm like, bro, like, don't you want to take care of yourself? Like, where's
It's
your
like
self-respect?
it's out of spite and it's out of greed.
Yeah, exactly.
Some
Yeah.
people don't need it. I bet you his wife has a secret account. She don't
They
need that money,
they
but she's
they
like, nah, you're a
Yep.
billionaire. Give me that money.
Like,
they said that she was
$2 million a
embezzling
month
from the
is
company.
mine.
I actually read that today too.
Yeah. So Gabby, how about you? Like, do you believe like a prenup could even exist?
I think it should. I obviously think it should exist. I also think, like, with modern marriages now, I think we sort of like popularize marriages. Like, before, it was used as like a whole business transaction. Like, I'm giving you my daughter, or whatever.
Right.
And like, it was used for solely like business purposes. Like, over time, I feel like, yeah, love has something to do with it. But I feel like even now it's so popularized and people are just getting married to get married, which I think is like a problem. Like, I think it's a problem. Like, if you're just getting married just to get married, like, and you haven't really thought about it, like, that's an issue, which is where
That's
like the
true.
whole prenup and like splitting each other's funds like becomes a serious problem. Because like, yeah, a prenup is good as a safety net, but I think some people almost abuse that and sort of go into the marriage saying like, I want a prenup. So that, I think it brings like doubt to the entire marriage in the beginning, saying like, okay, like, we're getting married, but like further down the line, you're predicting that we're gonna get divorced or whatever. So like,
Yeah.
I think it carries some doubt within a relationship, but
Mhm.
also, like, to everyone's point, like, okay, like, if you built your business from the start and you built it up to a point where like you are making like a significant income from it,
Right.
and like, and then you married someone, okay, yeah, like, you should protect your assets, like, you should protect your funds. That's totally okay, and you should honestly have a serious conversation with your spouse about like what you're doing and your intentions, so that way it's clear from the beginning and throughout the marriage. But my other side of it is like, if you're both coming up together and you're sort of building like your life together and building sort of like that foundation and like your income
At
and
the same
assets or
time,
whatever together
yeah.
at the same time, I think that's where, if they possibly get a divorce, okay, like, maybe they should split the funds because you both
Mhm.
worked on that equally.
Yep.
So like, it should be split equally. Now, like, this is where I have an issue with the whole Dr.Dre thing. Like, okay, you've known your husband is like a super successful producer, DJ, whatever, a big person in like the music industry, and like, you wouldn't think to sort of like, I guess, use the clout that you already have to sort of like make your own money while you're in that marriage, just so
Right.
that way you yourself you yourself have like your own little safety net, so that way when you potentially, God forbid, you do get a divorce, or like later down the line, like, your feelings aren't the same, like, you have your own like set of
Exactly.
money to step aside from. And like, I don't think you need $2 million a month to survive.
Like,
Like,
what were you
I think
doing for 24 years that you didn't do
that's
anything on your own?
what I'm saying. Like, 24 years, like, what were you doing? And that's a point where I feel like people abuse the system, and that's where like I have a problem with like the whole like child support thing, where like celebrities are requesting like, I don't know, like $1 million for their kid, and it's like,
If they had
like
younger
what
kids, I probably wouldn't have a problem with it, but their kids are grown.
right.
So I'm like, who is he taking care of, you or your lifestyle?
Both.
Really? But Irvin, would you ask a girl first of all, if you were going to propose to a girl, would you bring up a prenup, and do you believe in it?
First, that's gonna be discussed probably within like
The
the
first
moment we
date.
decide to go. Yeah, first day, most definitely.
That's how
I'm
I
just
be on.
kidding.
No, that's the type of
but
time I be on, bro. I'm not gonna hold you.
exactly.
Nah.
Yo,
No, because if I'm seeing someone, hopefully, like,
It's a business
I'm
game.
not just seeing you just to, smash. Like, hopefully, we're building towards something serious. But obviously, once I notice like it's actually serious, I'm gonna ask you about a prenup and a postnup. People forget. People keep forgetting that there's postnuptials.
They don't forget. They just don't know.
Everyone's spitting bars.
Exactly, because I didn't know.
Yeah, they don't know.
Spitting bars.
No, that was
Anyway,
yeah.
it's not as popular because it can't, like, it does protect a certain percentage
Okay.
of what you make after you guys get married, but it's just a lot of people just forget about it.
So for me, it's like the whole Jeff Bezos thing. I think that's different because he cheated. I don't know if Dr. Dre cheated, but he cheated. But even without that, it's like they built Amazon together. Like throughout the marriage of them being together, that's when Amazon was evolving, and she was a part of that too. She was a main cog in that company. So that's why, like, when she got $7 billion, I was like, honestly, bro, that's on you. First
She
of all,
deserved it.
you don't cheat if you know that's a part of your agreement. And
Also,
two,
you
That's
can make that a
crazy.
clause. You
Right.
can make that a clause.
and I think it was a clause, which is why she got that money. So I, honestly, when it came to Jeff Bezos, I was like completely different. But with Dre,
like, was it really worth a $7 billion out?
No,
the
bro.
post clarity had to have
That's
gone
No,
crazy.
it's
crazy.
Khalil, the total thing was like 70 billion. It wasn't 7 billion. 70.
I was just paraphrasing, bro. It probably was more.
70 billion?
She became
Yeah,
like
Yeah, and
one
like
of the,
Amazon is like $1 trillion company, so like that's like chump change.
but she
That's-
donated it back to HBCUs and the Black
Mhm.
Lives Matter Foundation, everything like that too. So she's actually putting the money to good use. I don't know what Jeff Bezos.
Salute
No,
to
she
her.
did. No, she did. No, she did it out of spite.
Regardless, it's gonna help us. I don't care what was
Mhm.
your motivation. That's just mad guap that we didn't have before.
All right, moving on
Yeah.
up.
So also,
Jeff Bezos
I wanted
is a
to.
weirdo anyways.
I wanted to ask just the girls about this. Could you guys understand why she would need to spend $60,000 a month on education? Because that was part of the proposed agreement.
Is it for herself or
No, for herself. Yeah.
like is
A
it for
month?
herself or
we
like
don't. So we don't know
for
if
herself?
it's for herself. But my problem is 60,000 a month, not a year. I know some universities are 6,000 a year, but 60,000 a month, that equates to almost literally $6 million a year.
Yo, I'm telling you right now,
No.
the papers that they hand back.
Well, no, not six. No, that's like
Diamond.
600K a year. But regardless, who's paying 600K a year for a university?
Community college, honey. The fuck?
So that doesn't make sense to me.
That shit's
And then
free.
and then telephone, cell phone, and email. Who pays for email? 20K a month.
I saw that.
I think that's ridiculous.
Email to Mars? What?
Hey,
Yo,
I didn't.
Throwing things in there.
I didn't, because my thing, I'm asking you guys, I didn't want to appear misogynistic by calling her crazy, because unless you guys are doing something I don't know about, who needs 20K a month for a phone bill?
No, like that's that's what I'm saying. Like she's abusing this whole thing. Like I just
Yeah.
feel like she's just abusing the system. Like there's no need you need to spend like $10K or $20,000 on your email. Like this shit's free.
Like at
Like
first,
I don't know what
you can go on.
like what the hell. Sorry, like it's all free. Like I don't understand like what she's spending this money on. Like is it just for her to like add an extra section to get more money from him and just like use it for her own personal use? Like I just think she's crazy.
I don't think this will hold up in court. Obviously, we don't know if this is official, but these are the claims in the reports that's coming out. So that's why I want to address it with you guys. And then there's also 900K a month for entertainment.
Right.
A mil a month, 12 mil a year.
During a pandemic?
But what are you
To
doing?
be honest,
Are you hiring actors?
No, she's hiring strippers to do it right in front of her.
I think honestly, I honestly think she should just create a OnlyFans account.
What, you gonna subscribe to it?
Hell no. But I'm saying,
I mean, what if she thought
do
for
that.
30% sale though?
You can make
You
that
gotta
same
support,
amount of
right?
money. Exactly.
He said exactly.
I'm just saying none of these claims make sense. And I personally do believe in spousal support because, like you guys said, if she wasn't making her own money for the first 24 years, I think it would be only right that he takes care of her for a little bit until she gets her feet set. You know, like maybe first couple of years he gives her like $5 million. They were together for over 20 years. So out of the goodness of his heart, he should give her some money. Do I think he needs to be taking care of her for the rest of her life? No, because you're your own person.
I think he should at least give her like a full sum at the beginning, like one lump sum of cash, and be like, here, like whatever it is, like here's like I don't know, like here's like $5 million, like do what you will, support yourself.
Exactly, and all the things that we described weren't even part of the original prenup. So we haven't even got. They already have a prenup. We're not even talking about that. So she already has money coming her way. It's not like she doesn't have anything.
Exactly.
Right.
So that's what makes it worse for me. Like, why are you asking for all this when you're already supposed to be getting money? You know what I'm saying? So like,
I think $5 million would set me up for life. I don't know about her.
I don't know. Some people blow that in a day.
Well, no,
a day, buddy.
If she was smart,
a day. Some people that we know.
If she was smart, she can just invest in property. She should make smart investments, like get some like real estate or some shit. And
she has influence. She's Dre's wife.
Like what the hell?
Yeah.
Like
ex-wife.
Well, but the thing is, the connection she made in Hollywood for 20-something years. You're gonna tell me you don't know anybody? You just didn't have experience. Like, you're his wife. You could get something.
And on top of that, bro, like go do Forex or something. Like you'll be straight.
Oh no, buddy.
No. This is the wrong podcast. You can hop off.
Oh my God.
I'm being serious.
He said.
I'm being dead ass.
Do you do Forex, my guy?
People.
Do you do Forex, Aaron?
Huh?
You do Forex?
No, I almost did.
Almost did. I mean, hey,
you look the type to do it. Like, look, guys.
Nah, we're getting off topic.
So my other point is just like this. She doesn't have any kids to take care. Well, her kids are like in their early 20s, like our age, right? So she doesn't have any kids to take care of. So it's like, where's all this money going for? Am I taking care of you? Like, or am I taking care of the lifestyle you want to keep? And I don't think that's his responsibility to maintain that lifestyle, because that's his lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? He shouldn't be entitled to give her anything but the necessities that she needs, like food, shelter, and clothing. That's it. The 3 necessities in life. Everything else is just luxuries.
Oh, I have a question.
What's up?
For the women here. Is $135,000 a month worth it for clothes?
More than enough.
More than enough.
I didn't bring that up.
The savings.
I didn't bring that up because I think she has extravagant clothes and she probably goes to the dry cleaners a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
dry cleaners.
But isn't dry cleaning its own cut?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, it's not your money. Like, you don't need that. You want to be part of this life, but you don't need that.
Shit, she can use what she's getting from the prenup to buy them.
That's what I'm saying. And you can get a job, even if she makes like $100K a year. Hey, listen, that's more than enough.
You can start her own company.
He probably has some stocks in his
exactly
Beats brand, right? Probably owns some stocks off that.
That's what I'm saying.
But didn't he sell Beats by Dre? So
it doesn't matter. He still has the money
for MagWap. That's,
you know what I'm saying?
Ridiculous.
He's worth like more than enough.
That's crazy. If she
and he still has like royalties,
nothing of her own money, that's just stupidity.
That's what I'm saying. I don't even if you believe in your marriage, just like, what are you doing for 24 years? You're gonna stay in the house all day. You're not gonna pursue your own interests. Like, aren't you your own person? Or you're just gonna like, aren't you bored? Like, I could never do that. I'm gonna do something.
Like, if I'm rich, I'm going on helicopters, going on trains. I'm buying 3 trains at least. Like, what?
For what?
Listen, you talk about make money, right? Get a locomotive business.
You know how all the celebrities just start their own beauty brand? She could have done that. Yeah. Make some makeup. Get sued. Exactly. Settle it out of court.
Get sued.
Do something.
Yeah.
Do a cooking show.
No, but
that's what I'm saying, bro.
With Dre's wife, I don't know her name.
But the way everything is going right now, it's just kind of crazy seeing what they're like allowing to pass as spousal support. I was just looking like earlier, I think this month or last month, in Canada, this woman was granted $53,000 a month for spousal support, but she was never married to the guy.
Huh.
Are you sure that's not fake news? Are you sure that's not fake news?
No, it's not fake news.
Is it because of like a common law marriage kind of thing?
Or is it like they lived together for like 5-6 years?
They lived together for a little bit, but it's just kind of crazy that would come up.
That's weird.
Remind me never to move in with a girl.
Where? This happened in Canada?
Canada, but I know that the common law works also here in Massachusetts as well. Right, King?
Hey, listen, buddy.
It doesn't work here in Mass. There's no common law in Mass.
No.
Damn, she got you up.
No, there isn't.
Someone's getting 50
okay.
out of me.
The lawyer of the group had to shut your ass up.
Anyway. got sources.
Anyways, So honestly, I just don't know what to think. Like, I didn't know if it was valid or not. Maybe there was something in the clause. I was just like, listen, this doesn't make any sense. She doesn't have any kids. Her kids are grown. What's going on? You know what I'm saying? So that was the scariest part for me. But any other takeaways you got from that, Irvin?
Nah, I'm doing all right.
So you're gonna make sure you get that prenup?
Posting up too.
I don't know about you guys. I just don't feel comfortable taking somebody else's money. Like even if it's $5, I can't.
That'd be like wearing somebody's underwear. You know.
Whoa, what? Where'd you come up with this? Yo.
Think about it.
What?
You're taking advantage of something that somebody has worked hard for. You know.
I get that.
I don't know. I don't understand how people can live comfortably knowing that they can take someone else's hard-earned money.
No, it's cool. We call it robbery, but it's just called something else here.
Okay.
I don't know.
Now for the
it's a pride
guys,
thing.
if you're with a woman and she's rich, right? Like Dr. Dre rich, are you taking 50% of her assets?
No.
I mean, what's the stipulation? No, I'm playing.
I'm just saying, like, listen, if you don't have that money, I can see why people would take it. I wouldn't take that. I have too much pride.
Personally,
I mean, nah, I just like morally speaking, nah, I couldn't do that. I can't really see a good reason to do it, especially if you know in your heart, like, all right, I came into this with either not as much or nothing at all. So it makes no sense for me to leave with a whole bunch of money that's not mine. Because then, you know, especially because I probably don't have a plan for this money. You feel what I'm saying? That's
You're
one
probably
thing.
gonna blow it on bad things.
Exactly. You're gonna blow it. You're gonna blow it. And then you're gonna try and like sue them 3 months later. Like, listen, I need spousal support. Like,
exactly.
I'm down on drugs right now. Like, I got your kids. I got your kids out here on the streets. Like, my kids are in college. What are you talking? It's the crack. It's the crack because they can't talk correctly. So it's just listen, buddy. I'm just saying. You gotta understand that people are trying to squeeze others for money, you know, on a daily basis. You know what I'm saying? Especially just like how you were saying, you know, you don't get how people could just steal somebody else's hard-earned money. Credit card fraud goes on a daily basis. All you got to do is tell the bank that wasn't my charge, and then boom, your money's back. For other people, I mean, I don't know what you're gonna tell the judge.
White collar crime.
Listen, white collar crime. I learned that when I was young on a show called Mansers. I learned that if you get under $50,000, you'll go to You go under 50,000, you'll go to embezzlement. You'll go to white collar jail. They got like cable. They got like good linen sheets.
They got golf course
over there. Golf course, like they living good over there.
Like country club.
I'm so sad that you know that.
All right, but I just wanted to say I appreciate all of you guys for talking today. That brings us to the end of the podcast. Thank you guys for watching The Zone Friends, and we'll be back with more content. Thank you.